Today, we tell the story of Rebecca Cheptegei, a talented runner, a mom, and a symbol of strength, whose life was violently cut short in a horrific act of domestic violence that shocked Kenya, her home country, and the world. She was a famous Olympian runner, and in the Paris Olympics had taken so many interviews and had been mentioned in so many blog posts. She was even on TV. But after returning home from Paris, tragedy struck. On the morning of September 1st, 2024, in her home in Endebess, Kenya, which is Trans Nzoia County, Rebecca was attacked by her former partner, Dixon Nidiema Marangach, in a cruel act of vengeance, reportedly sparked by a property dispute. Marangach doused Rebecca in petrol and set her on fire. She suffered burns to 80% of her body and was rushed in critical condition to Moitichin and Referral Hospital in Eldoret. Despite efforts to save her from several doctors, Rebecca succumbed to multiple organ failure injuries just 4 days later, dying on September 5th, 2024, at the age of 33. Dixon himself was hospitalized with 40% of burns from the fire. Authorities had planned to charge him with murder, but before the case could proceed, he too died on September 9th that year in the same hospital while still under detention, chained to his bed. Rebecca's death sent shockwaves through Kenya, especially within its athletic community. She became the fourth female athlete in Kenya since 2021 to die from gender-based violence. Her murder became a national symbol, a grim reminder of a persistent epidemic that demands attention. Her celebration of life and visitation took place on September 13th at the Camp Simba military base near the Kenya-Ugandan border. It was organized by Delight's funeral directors. The following day, she was laid to rest on her father's land in Bukwu, Uganda, with military honors. Activists, athletes, and mourners filled the streets of Eldoret, raising their voices against domestic violence, calling for justice, remembrance, and reform. Meanwhile, a separate memorial was held for Dixon Marangach on the 21st at the Perosi Funeral Home in Kikuyu. He was buried at the native cemetery of Lower Shamba without ceremony or public recognition. Though Rebecca's life was stolen, her legacy endures. The mayor of Paris, Annie Hidalgo, announced that a sports venue in the city would be named in her honor. During the Paralympic Women's Marathon on September 8th, the organization committee held a minute of applause in her memory. And in Bukwo, local officials proposed naming a road and another sports facility after her. The Ugandan government pledged financial support for her kids, offering $13,000 to each child. Rebecca Cheptegei was more than an athlete. She was a daughter, a mother, a role model. Her name will never be forgotten. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out to a local support organization. There is help and there is hope. This is Santiago. Thank you for listening to Strawberry Inc. Have a good rest of your day.